himself.
Happy to be back. What's good, everybody? Let's talk some Tampa sports. A lot has happened in the week that I was on vacation. Bucs find their offensive coordinator. Didn't get a chance to make a video on that. Obviously, if you saw my head OC candidates video, you know that he was my top guy. Just watched his opening press conference, said all the things you would hope that he would say, the vision, the intensity, the physicality he expects out of this offense, and the adaptability he's going to bring to what Liam Cohen already laid the foundation of, and being able to stack on top of that to continue to make this one of the best offenses in the NFL. What else happened? Liam Cohen tried to take a couple offensive assistants from the Buccaneers. That got shut down by Jason Light. Salute to you, my guy. And he also tried to steal Mike Greenberg to become the GM of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Didn't take long for Mike Greenberg to pull himself out of consideration of that. So there was that. And then, of course, what we are going to talk about in this video, Myles Garrett. Yeah, that Myles Garrett, we all know by now, has requested a trade from the Cleveland Browns. It was not too long ago when I put out a video talking about maybe the Bucs look into a trade for a guy like Max Crosby or Trey Hendrickson. Well, now there's a guy of an even higher stature than those two available for trade. Whoa. Garrett is currently on the final 2 years of a 5-year contract with the Cleveland Browns. So if you trade for him, you have 2 years. He'll be 32 at the end of his contract because he's 30 years old right now. And outside of Aaron Donald, I don't know if there is a better overall defensive lineman in this generation of the NFL. You look at the numbers, you just watch his film, his physicality. Nobody can really touch Myles Garrett. Of course, coming from the Browns, he's not done much winning during his NFL career, and that's kind of the main point he made in his statement. I'll put it on the screen. He wants to win a Super Bowl. He is kind of sick and tired of the individual awards. He wants a Super Bowl, wants to play for a team that is competitive year after year. The Bucs have been competitive year after year, making the playoffs. So is this a destination? Is this a target? Is this a good fit? Depending on the price. Thinking about him fitting into this defensive line for a moment, just close your eyes and imagine this. Yaya Diaby, a young, rising player on this Buccaneers team, already elite at run stopping, elite run defense. And when you look at his pressures are pretty high up there. Just needs to tune things here and there during the offseason to turn those pressures into sacks. There's number one. There's one edge. And you want to talk about a guy, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, a guy that can help Yaya Diaby. Yaya Diaby, 6'4", 270 pounds. That freakish build we've talked about since we drafted him in the 3rd round. 6'4", 270 pounds. Myles Garrett, 6'4", 272 pounds. You want to talk about a guy, same build, same body type, but one is going into his 3rd year in the NFL, trying to figure out his pass rush moves, still a little bit raw in that area, needing more experience, maybe a little more guidance. Myles Garrett, a guy outside of his rookie year, has double-digit sacks every single season of his career. And in Cleveland, oftentimes he's not surrounded by much. He's the guy getting double teamed, and then running back comes up, try to chip him or give him a nudge before they go off on a route. Like, he's the guy getting all of the attention, and these are the numbers he's still putting up. Yaya Diaby being able to learn from that guy, it could be a special recipe, honestly. And you think about the Bucs interior, Vita Vea speaks for himself, Pro Bowler, the best run stuffers in the league, absolute monster in the middle that demands double teams. Kalijah Kancey next to him, drafted the same year as Yaya Diaby, I think can become an elite pass rusher from the middle. There's not too many of those guys in the NFL. I think Kalijah Kancey, hopefully avoiding injuries, can have an injury-free season. First season as a rookie, kind of was nagging a little bit throughout the year, especially in the beginning. This season, he missed the first few games, so barring some injuries, I think he can actually become an elite interior pass rusher. Once again, something that is not common in the NFL. And then, of course, on the other edge would be where Myles Garrett would go. You talk about those edge guys. Both just 6'4", 270 monsters on the edge with a Vita Vea in the middle and then the speed of Kalijah Kancey in the middle next to... Please let this happen. In my opinion, that turns this defense into a Super Bowl caliber defense immediately, adding a guy like Myles Garrett. In my opinion, it does. The defensive line, how much that carries over into the linebackers, into the secondary. Who are you going to double team? You want to double team Myles Garrett? Sure, go for it. We rarely get to see Vita Vea in just one-on-one. That would be something special. It truly would. And then, of course, what a great defensive line does to the rest of the defense, putting that quarterback under pressure, not giving him time to throw the ball, giving the receivers less time to get open down the field. I know we have a lot of talk about our secondary, and we will talk about that in future videos, potential targets there, but was an issue last year, obviously, potentially one of the biggest issues on the team. An elite pass rusher turns those 3.5 seconds that a quarterback has to throw the ball to 2.5, and that 1 second makes an insane difference. It truly does. So, as you could probably tell, I obviously would love for the Buccaneers to at least figure out what's going on here, make the call, do the due diligence, make the effort, because I think this is absolutely worth it for an appropriate price. Leverage is a big thing when it comes to players requesting trades. Who has the leverage, who doesn't? In my opinion, Myles Garrett has the leverage over the Cleveland Browns. What leverage do the Browns have over Garrett? Oh, you're going to lose some money, but yeah, you're going to lose money, and also we're going to be having this generational pass rusher on our team and not getting anything in return for him. Myles Garrett has the leverage. So I'm really interested to see what that price tag would be for Myles Garrett and how much the Buccaneers would be willing to give up. Not all from this draft class, but let's say it's this year's first, next year's second and third. Just throwing out random scenarios. Would you guys be willing to make that trade? Once again, 30 years old. I'd say Myles Garrett has 4 years left of elite defensive lineman trek left on his tires. And once again, in my opinion, immediately making this a Super Bowl caliber defense. You talk about free agency and the draft being able to add to that secondary and those interior linebackers. Find another guy at that inside linebacker position that can cover. And I think this defense could be, I don't want to say golden, but in very good shape going into next season. That's for sure. And at the end of the day, if the Buccaneers do give up a lot, maybe they end up giving up 2 first. Who knows? If you win a Super Bowl, automatically paid off, worth it, every single penny. That's all that matters, right? The Bucs went all in with Tom Brady. They got their ring. It was worth it. People thought we were going to come out of the Tom Brady era and struggle and like, oh my goodness, we went all in, but now we got to deal with these few years of paying off the Tom Brady tax, and it's going to be rough and difficult, and we're going to be 3rd or 4th in the NFC South. No, it's carried on. So you can still go all in and come out clean on the other side. We've just seen it over the last few years. It's possible. Let me know what you guys think down below. Should the Bucs absolutely make this effort to get, once again, generational defensive lineman is on the market requesting a trade? This is a massive deal. Massive deal for a team that needs another edge rusher and needs to put the quarterback just under more pressure. Too comfortable, too much time to throw, makes the secondary look even worse. This would be great. That's going to be it for me, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. Big Lightning game tonight. Let's go. Let's do this against the Senators. So I'm going to be tuning into that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Go Bucs, go Bolts, and y'all have a blessed one.